Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'll be reacting to the song Wrecking Ball by the Hardworking Americans, of course, featuring Todd Snyder. For this track today, we're also going to do a lyrical analysis to come away with some deeper understanding here. I'm super excited to check this out today. You guys know the love and appreciation we have for Todd on the channel. So I'm excited to jump into it, but before we do, a huge thanks to Thomas the Talented for making this request and the song selection. But now, let's jump into it. We'll first jump into the live here, and then check out the lyrics separately.
I just want to thank y'all one more time. I know I won't forget this. Thanks.
My eyes are already getting misty.
Look out, boy, 'cause I'm a rolling stone. That's what I was when I first left home. I took every secret that I had ever known, and I hid it for a while.
Wait, I love his voice in this right now.
Like a wrecking ball.
Really sensual.
Started down the road to sin, playing bass under a pseudonym. The days was rough and it was all quite dim, but my mind cuts through it all. Like a wrecking ball. I was just a little deadhead who was watching, I was just a little deadhead. I won $8 on a scholarship.
Are we all deadheads over here? I know I am.
I got tired and I let my average slip. Then I was a farmer in the Pogonip, where the weed that I recall was like a wrecking ball.
I love his vocal delivery here.
A lovesick daughter of the Sandwalk King.
These might be some of the best Todd vocals I've heard.
She showed me colors that I had never seen. She drank the bottom out of my canteen, and then she left me with the fall. Like a wrecking ball.
Oh my god, it's so atmospheric.
I'm standing here in the morning mist. I got a Jack and Coke at the end of my wrist. Yes, I remember when first we kissed, though it was nothing at all.
These lyrics are good.
Like a wrecking ball. I was just a little deadhead who was watching.
I feel like the floor is starting to like swell.
Much trouble for me to take. Oh, the weather and the blinding heat. I was riding high until till the 89 quake
Wow.
hit the Santa Cruz shopping mall. Like a wrecking ball. Hit the Santa Cruz shopping mall.
I feel like they're about to just destroy this track.
Like a wrecking
Just huge.
ball. Look out, boys. I'm a rolling stone.
Wow, this is so intimate.
That's what I was when I first left home. I took every secret that I had ever
This is so beautiful.
and I hid it for the wall. Like a wrecking ball.
Whoa. So not a big like chorus explosion, huge rock moment, more just like a somber ballad, an ode to the self. Oh man. I actually like their decision not to like make an explosive chorus more, because my brain is so like metal and like hard rock coded that I often just anticipate huge choruses, and often when I don't get them, I'm like, oh yeah, the reason you think there's going to be a huge chorus and everything is because you listen to a lot of rock, and I have to sort of like uncheck my own expectations when I go into different music. And here I was expecting like that big explosion, and not getting it actually did more for me than I could have realized on the listening journey through this track. Just a very heartfelt performance from Todd, and the melodic atmosphere just fills up with the beautiful guitar work. Simple, right? There's nothing crazy going on. Even the drumming, it is just meant to kind of establish a cadence, but it's Todd's vocal delivery that stands above it all. And like I said, I think this is the best vocal performance I have heard from Todd. I really like the melody in this song. Let's jump into the lyrics here. Okay. Look out, boy, I'm a rolling stone. That's what I was when I first left home. Like the lofty aspirations of a soon-to-be musician, potentially a star if all of the actual, pardon the pun, stars align. Took every secret that I'd ever known, and I headed for the wall. Like I brought all of the baggage that I had in my body, in my brain, I brought it with me to that place, wherever that was going to be, if it was going to be immense success or if it was going to be a sort of brick wall that impedes me from reaching my dreams. Like a wrecking ball. But see, that's the kind of 1-2, because the wrecking ball smashes through any of those sometimes self-imposed barriers. And this is sort of something that I try to restate within my own self all the time, is this idea of self-doubt, and trying to limit all of the areas in which self-doubt plagues my own thinking, because it doesn't serve me to think I can't do something, because if I think I can't do it, then all of the stars will align, the world will conspire towards me not doing that thing. But if my real belief was that, no, this thing, I don't have it now, but I could attain it, then any barriers that are in front of me, the only decision I have left to make is to become the particular wrecking ball for that wall. And we're not going to be able to anticipate all of those walls that appear in front of us, but if we sort of harden ourselves, callous our minds and hearts towards the difficulties that are to come, the failures that are inevitable, then we'll actually build the strength to break through these walls and develop the skills and whatever you need to do to pass that point in your life. The wrecking ball is a symbol of strength, of persistence, of doing the hard work, even when there's a million reasons not to. And I headed for the wall like a wrecking ball. Started down the road to sin, playing bass under a pseudonym. The days were rough and it's all quite dim, but my mind cuts through it all. Right? You see all of the downsides to his path. Maybe he made the wrong decisions earlier on. Things weren't the brightest. He was in a darker place, but the mind over matter. If you can stomach some of the momentary trials and tribulations, learn from them, grow, and apply it forward, you will be better off for doing that. The scars that you have, they'll heal over. You'll still remember those scars, but I mean, what's a journey without a little battering, without a little bruising? It's not really a journey. It's just you kind of landed in a place with your privilege, with the luck and the stars aligning. And the thing is, I appreciate so much more the hard work that people put in to achieve their dreams, because usually most things are against people's success. Now, of course, there are the odd cases, and we see them, every year. Somebody, snatched out of obscurity and put into the limelight and hitting all of these amazing records. And, people will like to talk about industry plants and that kind of thing, but we'll just call it a very rare occurrence. For most of us, the hard times are very salient. We continue to be in them in the current day, and persevering, that is what builds our character. And the mind has to be the thing that cuts through it all, because again, there's so many reasons to not want to continue, but your mind has to be above that place because you see a greater vision for yourself. But my mind cuts through it all like a wrecking ball. I was just a little deadhead. Who's watching? Who's watching? I was just a little deadhead. I won $1 on a scholarship while I got tired and let my average slip. I guess getting into school, and you need to maintain a sort of GPA average to maintain your scholarship, but that slipping means you're not going to be sponsored in your studies anymore. And sort of I was just a little deadhead, downplaying his own position in the world. I was just a fan of music. I wasn't anybody special. This is where I came from. All of the lows in my life, you might say. And not that being a deadhead is a low, but I think the positioning here is more so I am a spectator rather than a participant. Then I was a farmer in the pork snip, where the weed that I'd recall was like a wrecking ball. Interesting. The weed became the wrecking ball. And I'm not sure what a pork snip is. I'm going to Google this one. Pork snip meaning. It's pulling up pork skin. Pork snip isn't a standard widely recognized cut, but it likely refers to a small piece of remnant from a larger pork cut. So it's like the fatty trimmings of the fatty trimmings, kind of a thing. Interesting. So I was a farmer in the worst possible conditions, and the weed was the wrecking ball for me. Maybe to get out of that mindset of being stuck there. Interesting to position it like that. Weed was sort of a tool for mental clarity. Met a lovesick daughter of a San Joaquin. She showed me colors I'd never seen. Drank the bottle out of my canteen and then left me with the fall like a wrecking ball. So falling in love, she showed him a new world, a new self, a new identity, but when things didn't work out, emotionally bruised like a wrecking ball. It just shattered him. So I guess the wrecking ball is broader than just strength to get through hard times. It is also something that destroys us too, and it swings like a pendulum back and forth. It can be one that kind of progresses, how can I say it? The wrecking ball can serve two purposes. It can progress us through life by smashing barriers, but it can also destroy some of the walls that we had placed in our own way or that we thought kept us safe. But as an example, in relationships, vulnerability is such an important thing. And oftentimes when you are more vulnerable, you are more susceptible to being hurt. And any walls that may have been there, they get shattered in the most painful possible way. And the thing is, I feel like the wall being shattered, regardless of which direction we're going, is a good thing. It may not feel like it in the moment because change is painful and the shattering of what you know, it doesn't feel comfortable, but it does bring us to a place of clarity on the other end of it. Standing there in the morning mist, a Jack and a Coke at the end of my wrist. Yes, I remember when we first kissed, though it was nothing at all like a wrecking ball. Kind of like reminiscing on the memories, right? At the end of his wrist, he's got the Jack and Coke, he's drinking his pain away, and yeah, he remembers these good times, but now kind of viewing it through a more apathetic lens rather than a longing or loving one. And that happens, right? Your emotions kind of deaden because you were so vulnerable, and now you're in this transitory period where things hurt, they feel flat, you don't know what direction you want to take yourself in because the one you did before that you thought was right was so wrong. Hey boy, just a little deadhead, who's watching, who's watching? And I'm wondering this line, who's watching, what it kind of refers to. It's like you are, as an individual, solely responsible for your life and nobody's watching you succeed or fail. It's just all you. You are the only observer to yourself that will exist in perpetuity. So who's watching? It is yourself. I was just a little deadhead with too much trouble for me to shake. Oh, the weather and the blinding ache. I was riding high until the 89 quake hit the Santa Cruz shopping mall like a wrecking ball. So he feels like he can't really leave his past behind. Too much trouble for me to shake. The weather and the blinding ache. I was riding high until 89 quake hit the Santa Cruz shopping mall like a wrecking ball. Maybe this time the wrecking ball is more of a literal destruction of a wall, because it seems like if this earthquake in 89 was damaging enough, it may have messed up the Santa Cruz shopping mall. I'll take it like that, more literally. Hit the Santa Cruz shopping mall just like a wrecking ball. Look out, boys, because I'm a rolling stone. That's what I've been since I first left home. Got every secret that I've ever known, and I'm headed for the wall like a wrecking ball. And that's how he ends it. Just on this last line of being on that journey, being the rolling stone, having departed from something that is familiar into the unfamiliar with all of its roadblocks and deciding to plow right through them. That's just a great message in general, because again, life is just filled with difficulty left, right, and center, and it's easy to be demotivated. It is easy to feel deflated within ourselves because we feel like we've tried so hard and our inner worlds aren't aligning with what we would like externally, and often then we will rest on our own laurels and not achieve the things that we would like to, and instead of putting in more effort or trying to find a new path past or through that wall, we numb our own dreams. It's the same thing here with the idea of love in this relationship. Obviously, heartbreak is awful and you don't wish it on anybody, but when it happens, it can also be the catalyst for growth. And oftentimes a tragic path that people can take is one of apathy, where a lot of those emotions become unprocessed, and we then those people become jaded with life, with love, with wanting to achieve those things that they thought were important before. The thing is, I believe that in an absolute sense, those things still are important, but a lot of our moment-to-moment experience devalues those things, and maybe it isn't for me. Maybe love isn't for me. Maybe the dreams that I have for myself aren't for me. But I like how this song sort of starts with being the destroyer of the walls that are in front of us and ends in that same place. To me, implying that you can be that strength for yourself if you allow yourself to be. Those are just my opinions, though, in terms of meaning. Let me know what your thoughts are on this track in the comments down below. I really loved the performance from Todd. It would be interesting to see this song in a more rock-heavy rendition, but obviously, if it's not out there, there's only so much we can do. But I really, really enjoyed Todd's vocal performance there. Felt super heartfelt, and the lyrics really strike a chord. But that's all I've got for you today. If you would like to request more Todd Snyder, Hardworking Americans, really anything on the channel, you can do so by clicking the first link in the description box below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.